Hey guys, welcome to On the Road. Let me pause that music. Sorry. So the topic of this video is going to be drive for a degree for Swift. I know I said I was going to post a video about it, or I had told Alex from Ace My Show I was going to post a video about it. But until I got more information, I couldn't really do anything for that video. I didn't have any content for that video. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I didn't know exactly what's taking so long for the paperwork to process and get through. But so everything finally went through, guys. We finally got everything to go through. We finally got the agreement out. They finally got everything in order for us drivers. So here's the inside scoop. If you are, or if you're thinking about going for a degree plan for anything, if you want, well, not really for anything. It's mostly for something that's going to excel you in the trucking industry. It could be business management, anything that has to do with payroll. Sorry for the glare. Also, I wish I could do something about that. It could be anything that has to do with payroll. It could be operations and management. It could be logistics. It could be basically anything. I mean, anything that has to do with the trucking industry, anything that has to do with helping you move up from being just a driver. That's basically what is being offered. Any degree plan you can think of that's for this driving industry. As you can tell, I'm trying to get that glare out. Really sorry about that, guys. But anyway, anything that has to do with the driving industry, for degree plans, anything that you could think of, anything that really there, that should be a little better. I hope. What was I saying? Anything that has to do with getting yourself furthering your education, for SNHU that has to do with the trucking industry, they have it. You can get it. It's there. So the steps in order is basically you have to sign the agreement for Swift. There's really, I want to say there's really no catch, but it's however you want to look at it. As if maybe, oh well, that's the catch. Honestly, there really isn't. There is some strings attached, but there really isn't a catch. So the only thing you have to do as a driver, if you're driving for Swift, you have to sign the agreement. Yes, okay. Then you have to pay $150 non-refundable. That's geared toward your enrollment fees. It's geared toward graduation fees. It's geared towards basically anything that's going to help you start and finish the process. That's what that $150 is for. But also, that $150, once you give that the okay, you don't have to pay it out of pocket per se. What you can do is, or when you sign the agreement and you sign that part about the $150, what they're going to do is they're going to take it out of your next payroll check. And once that's taken out, it prompts payroll to say, okay, you know what, this driver's in this program. We're going to go ahead and we took the $150. It's basically the $150. If you don't pull them out, it's like a company advance. Okay, it's $100 for a company advance plus $50. That's really all it is. So if you're not pulling out a company advance on the week, then guess what? That's $100 towards furthering your education if you're doing that. Also, the other thing, once you take out that $150, or once they take out that 150 bones, what they're going to do is it's going to prompt them to say, hey, okay, you know what, this driver's in the program. Let's go ahead and give him his one-time And I'm going to repeat that one time only, $500 for his laptop. And that $500 also is not just for your laptop. That's also for any programs that you have to download. Anything that has to do. I know I'm fiddling with my phone a lot, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really trying here to get this right. It doesn't really help either that I'm driving. But this is the only time I can really talk to you guys. At least, honestly, this is probably the only time I get to talk to you guys. Because all the other times, I'm either loading, unloading, or asleep. Man, I don't know how to do this. Anyway, I guess we'll just hold it. So that it's a one-time only $500 that they give you for your laptop and any programs that you're going to need, any software that you're going to need to download to start working on your schoolwork. The one thing you are going to have to pay for that is on your own is books. You're going to have to pay for the books if they are required. But that's also where the $500 comes into play. It's basically, I guess you could say it could be considered financial aid, because if you have a laptop already, that $500, you can pocket that money and either use that money for bills or use it for books. I mean, books are not $500 a book. I mean, we're talking maybe $100 to $200, maybe even $250 a book. Granted, that is half of your money, but you know, it's a small sacrifice you're going to have to make in order to fulfill the basically not really fulfill the agreement, but fulfill your degree plan. I mean, I myself, I was going to go for business management, and I actually decided against it. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to go for business management after all. I'm going to go for operations and logistics. So maybe one day I can be a driver manager, or maybe one day I could be on the logistics side of things, or maybe even eventually after I get my degree plan and finish out this thing, you know, this agreement, then I can go do my own thing, and I'll have a little bit more of a background on what it takes to run a business. And the reason I say finish out the agreement is because there's no set days on how long the agreement is. It's not a contract like some of you had to sign for a CDL. It's not like that at all. It's not a set number of time. It's not a set number of months. It's not a set number of nothing. It's you start your degree, you finish it. So this is where it gets a little sketchy, guys. I had the gentleman that's running the program explain it to me, because I read the agreement, and it's a bunch of lawyer gibberish that you can barely understand. Normal people can barely understand. So I had him tell me, hey, you know what? Dumb it down for me. I want to make a video to help other people out. I need you to explain it to me as if you're explaining it to your daughter, or explaining it to somebody who doesn't understand contracts or agreements or whatever the hell you want to call it. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah, not a problem. And he explained it to me. And basically what it is if you do not complete, let's say you start the semester, right? The semester starts, at least this coming semester starts in January on the 7th. If you do not complete the first semester, you have to semester. If you did not to pay back the $1,000, okay, and they will take it out of your, either you have them take it out of your check, or you can or they'll, either it's a direct bill or payroll deductions or whatever, and it's basically, I think it's like $100 a week or something like that, that they'll take out until you finish paying off that first semester. Even if you realize, hey, you know what, this isn't for me, I try to stick it out till the end of the first semester so you don't have to pay that money back. Um, that's what this gentleman that's running the program has basically telling every driver that's started this program. If you're going to start it, make sure it's something that you can at least get through the first semester. If you cannot get through the first semester, or if you feel like you yourself are not going to be able to get through it, and you feel like you're going to give up on yourself, or you feel like, hey, this is going to be too much for me, between working and making time for school and making time for tests and making time for studying and all that other stuff, if you feel that it's not for you, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're only going to end up losing money. You guys, you're only going to end up losing money. You're going to end up saying, hey, you know what? I can do this. I can get it done. I'm all for this. I'm gung-ho about it. All right, cool. Then go for it. Go for it. If you know you're going to stick it out, go for it. Get this degree and go on and do it. Or else, if not, you're going to have to pay the $1,000. And it's not $1,000. It's $1,000 per semester. But say you, like I said, say you drop out after the completion of the first semester. You do not owe any money. You do not have to pay anything back, from what I understand. You don't have to do any of that. The $500 is yours. The $1,000 that they paid towards tuition, that's already paid for tuition. You don't have to pay that at all. Like I said, the only thing you have to pay is $150 to start the program. You get You get the $500 one time. Basically, the one-time deal. It's added onto your payroll check, which I still don't entirely agree on. If you're going to give a driver $500 to do something with for school, I don't totally agree that it should be on a payroll check. I think it should probably be on a ComData check. So when that driver gets to go fuel, he can go cash it at the fuel island. But at the fuel desk. But that's not my call, guys. If I was running this program, or if I was doing something like this, that's the way I'd do it. But then again, I know there's a lot of problems with comp checks and stuff like that, so you can't always have a guarantee kind of thing or whatever. But so besides all that, you also get a $30 monthly addition to your check for Wi-Fi or internet. I know there's a lot of companies out there actually, I think all companies out there, that once you get the hotspot or whatever it is on your phone, you have to pay so much money a month extra on your phone bill. Well, you know what? Swift's thought of that and said, hey, you know what? If we want our drivers to be successful, we can't have, and they're not always at a truck stop, they're not always at a terminal. Guess what? We'll give them an extra $30 so they can take care of business. They can pay for your Wi-Fi. Now, granted, they're not telling you, hey, you know what, go pay for your Wi-Fi, show me the receipt that you're paying for it. No, that $30 that gets put on your check also, that's on you to pay your Wi-Fi. If you've got free hotspot or whatever, God, please, if you got free hotspot, you need to let me know. Because AT&T is going to start charging me up the butt for these damn hotspots. So, it's going to be terrible. There's going to be a lot of overages and all this other crap. So I really don't want to deal with it, but I have to. So anyway, so that's basically it. Also, I also failed to mention, it just occurred to me, that if you drop out halfway through your semester, no matter what semester that is, if you decide to drop out and you did not complete that semester, whatever semester it may be, the first, the last, the middle, the third, whatever, you are going to have to pay back the full $1,000. It doesn't matter if you're a week away from completing that semester and, I'm only going to have to pay this much back. No, you have to pay the full $1,000. The other thing is that if you drop out once you start the program and you drop out during any of the semesters, you also have to pay back that $500. So guess what? You're already down. If you decide to drop out, you're down. If you decide to drop out mid-semester, let me put it that way, you're down about $1,650 already. So, and hey, that's a down payment for a vehicle, or that's a newly used vehicle for some people. So if you know, or maybe even rent for some, you know, I know rent's going up too, so that could be somebody's month's rent right there. So if you don't want to have to pay that out, then, you know, stick it out. If you really don't want to, stick it out. Make sure you stick it out. Make sure you get that degree. Make sure you do better for yourself. Do better for yourself and do better for your family. I myself, I'm still, I'm not going to start this semester. I actually postponed my start date till August semester, only because we're really busy right now, and I'm not going to have time to start a semester. I'm not going to have time to study, and I'm not going to have time to do the things that I need to do to make sure I'm successful in this program. So I'm just not going to start this. Okay, I'm just not going to start this early so quickly. Now, other drivers will. I'm not saying nothing about it, but just know that, you know, it's not really a good thing if you're really busy like it is right now, and you're super busy, and you're not gonna have, and you know you're not gonna have time to start the program. Then go ahead and start the program, sign the paperwork, get everything started, get your enrollment in, and then just tell them, you know what, I want to postpone my start date till August, or till the summer, or till spring break, or winter break, or whatever, you know. And yeah, you can take a semester off, guys. You can, like, once you start the program, and let's just say that that I myself, I'm starting in August of 2019, so I'm going to start the program then. And right after that, hey, guess what? Towards the end of December is finals. So what am I going to do? Oh, well, I mean, I got to finish out that semester, but then because I know it's going to be super busy, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple months off and go back. You know, either go do the summer classes or start again back in August. Granted, it takes you a little bit longer to complete it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to make sure that you're going to be successful. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right now. I think I've covered all the bases on that program. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns about the program, hit me up in the comment section. I wish I could post links to certain things, like, you know, I wish I could post a link to the email they sent me about the agreement. That way you guys can look it over, you guys can read it, but I just can't. I can't do any community post either, so I don't know how. Maybe I'll read the agreement in another video. I know I still have another video that I need to make, but for some reason I'm only able to post live videos. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna play it by ear, I guess. But like I said, y'all have any questions, y'all have any comments, y'all have any concerns, let me know in the comment section below. Hit me up in the comment section, and I'll answer your questions as quick as possible, as timely as possible, whenever I get the chance to, honestly, because it's not really a good thing driving and trying to make videos. It's actually not safe at all. But anyway, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all do what you got to do, and yeah. Anyway, y'all stay safe.